And that's why James Cook is going to be my Mando must avoid this week. And just like Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Well, headliners, if you're here to watch this video, it's probably because you're interested in hearing what I said about my must avoid this week, James Cook. And this video is being recorded before the game's already over with. But in the first half, he had 3 touchdowns, and who knows what it will be by the end of the game. But I decided to do something that I've never done before, because one thing we pride ourselves here at the Fantasy Headliners is owning up to our mistakes. And I screwed up this week. By far my worst ever in-season call. But how did we get here? I said I was concerned about James Cook's upside and that the Miami Dolphins in week 1 limited the big plays from the Jacksonville Jaguars on the ground. Well, that's exactly what James Cook did. A 17-yard touchdown reception and then a 49-yard touchdown run. It was exactly what I didn't think Miami was going to do, was going to allow those big plays to happen. Didn't see it coming. This one definitely was a mess up on my end. Now, I could sit down and I could talk football with you and we could go through my entire process. One that in the past has been very accurate, but unfortunately was not this week. But you're not interested in that. In fact, I would say 90% of you are not interested in that. You're here watching this video because you're upset that I told you that James Cook was an avoid and you sat him on the bench. Or you're here because I'm a clown, an idiot, I suck, I'm no good. Whatever insult you may have, you think that about me and you just want to sit here and laugh at me. It's probably those 2 main reasons. And then there's 10% of you that are here because you're supportive of the channel. You realize that I messed up. You're okay with it because you know our track record here is strong. But as an apology, we're going to do something that we have never done before. And I'm going to give the community an opportunity to roast me over my worst in-season call of all time, missing on James Cook. Now, if you want to roast me, you got to keep it PG. You can't be an absolute jerk about it, and you can't threaten me in any way, shape, or form. Don't worry, the threats, I've already started to get them. Hopefully they'll die down. It is what it is. But be funny, be creative. Have a good time with this. The best roast in the comment that the team votes on is going to get a $50 Visa gift card from us here at the Fantasy Headliners as my apology to you for having such an awful miss this week. Now, I do say this all with one note. This isn't something that's going to happen very often. We'll own up to our misses whenever we possibly can. But coming on here and doing a video and doing a giveaway every time we have a miss, no, we can't do that because we're going to miss. It's going to happen. We're not perfect, and we're trying to predict the outcome of games that are really unpredictable at times. Just like this game. Did we really see Tua playing so awful and Buffalo going up by such a huge score that James Cook was going to dominate? Probably not. And that was part of the process that ended up being wrong because it's an unpredictable game. But I wanted to take a moment to come back to the community, especially those of you that are tuning in to the Start and Zit video as the week has gone on, and leaving those comments to give you a chance to actually have some fun with this. And understand that it's fantasy football, and it should be fun. And we should be having a good time. At the end of the day, we should enjoy the process. And if you don't, you're playing fantasy football for the wrong reason. Hopefully, if you listen to me, you didn't go with my advice, and you started James Cook anyway. Go with your gut. If you hear something I'm saying that doesn't sound good, don't follow it. Go your own way. But once again, Headliner Nation, my bad. This was definitely one of my biggest misses of all time. But so far, my off-season process has been spectacular. A lot of the guys I told you to invest in got off to a great start in week 1. A lot of the guys that I told you to avoid got off to an awful start in week 1. And as for our calls in week 1, I was over 70% on my underdog calls for week 1. And a lot of the content we put out was also really good last week. So if you're seeing all these videos for the first time this week, I ask you that you give us another shot because we're going to have some fun this season. We're going to have a lot of right calls. And I can promise that if you stick with us, listen to the content, absorb it, we're going to have some fantasy championships as well at the end of the season. Headliner Nation, have some fun with this video. Have some fun down in the comments. Again, my apologies for missing on James Cook this week. Hopefully y'all can forgive me. Hopefully we can move forward because we got a lot more content coming out this season. But as always, signing off, peace out, stay safe, stay healthy, even for those of you that hate me. And I'll see y'all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.